talked about yet is long point. Even though long point is essentially the fundamental crux of the art of all sword fighting, whether it's sword and buckler or long sword or even rapier. You just don't know it yet. Understanding long point and its use becomes fundamental to everything. I don't have the translation, but somebody once told me that in 133 and I-33, which is a text we talked about a lot, it says that the entire art is contained in long point. Right? The entire art of sword fighting is contained in long point. Essentially, now paraphrasing, everything else is just decoration on that. Okay? And what long point is, and this is what long point looks like. Okay? Now, what does that look like?
Thrust.
It looks like a thrust.
Almost like a lunge, but not
almost
quite.
Almost like a lunge, but I'm not way
right
out here, right? But it looks like a thrust. What else does it look like?
Number 3, guard 3 in rapier.
It looks a little bit like terza.
Yeah.
Right? Except for I'm not withdrawn with my body. Right? See if you can find a long point in any of my motions. Did you see it?
It's the middle of everything.
Long point is the middle of every cut.
That's what she was talking about.
Exactly.
Okay? So, I'm not going to parry with my guards. I'm going to transition from guard to guard, and in the middle will be a long point. Okay? That long point will do two things. One, it may drive my opponent's blade away, like a parry might. Or two, it might cut my opponent's blade away. Right? I've lost my demonstration card. None of this. But we'll do it with you. Just for instance, you're going to cut at my head. Okay? So here we go. Make a step. Right? You're going to reach these hands. Right? There's your cut. Just cutting at my head. Cover. You're going to do it again, and I'm going to make a turning cut against you. As you cut, I cut. Okay? So now I'm driving you away, and I'm giving myself the opportunity to cut you. I'm not parrying the blow. We're never going to do something like this.
Really?
Okay? The closest thing I might do to that is this. This is another guard we haven't talked about. It's called Prong, or in German, or Frontale in Italian. Right? Or Corona in some Italian versions. It's also called Corona. It's a specific version of Frontale. Okay? But again, what I don't want to be doing is blocking. And see what happens even very... Did you feel that?
Yes.
How I wasn't actually blocking you.
Right.
Right? Now, I might do something like this. Right? But really all I'm doing is I'm cutting against your sword, giving me the opportunity to cut back. Okay? Now I'm going to be careful again. I might even do something like this. I cut towards you. Right? I might do something like that. That was a fairly static block, but it was done with a thrust. Okay? What I don't want to do is this. Okay? Because what's going to happen is I'm going to do that. As soon as you see my hands lift, you're going to cut me in the stomach. Boom. Right? And she doesn't have any practice, she can still hit me in the stomach. Right? So we're not going to block. We're never going to parry. We're going to cut at our opponent while they're cutting at us. That's why long point becomes essential. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Feet.